Carlos Prates just finished Neil Magny last week at UFC Apex 100. It was done in emphatic fashion, a fantastic finish. Hardly anybody even knew what happened. He's got so much power in his hands that he had landed a glancing blow on Neil Magny and knocked him out face first, ass up. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. But we now learned via Kevin Iole, speaking with Dana White, that Carlos Prates came into that fight with a broken foot. And he still finished Neil Magny in the first round. My goodness, this guy's insane. The fighting nerds are insane. But there's also a lot of mystery involving the UFC 310 main event. The welterweight title was up for grabs. Belal Muhammad fell due to an injury, okay? He will not be taking on Shavkat Rakhmonov any longer. So who's Shavkat going to fight next? Is it going to be somebody else taking on Shavkat? What's going on? We don't know, but now we know that Carlos Prates fought Neil Magny with a broken foot and that they had something big planned for Prates in his UFC return. Now, let's take a listen to what Dana White had to say, word for word.
We were literally looking to do something big with him, like right now, but he broke his foot. So his foot is, yeah.
In the fight?
No, before the fight, apparently. He said he went in there with a broken foot and didn't give a shit, was still willing to fight. We're like, get your foot fixed. There's going to be plenty of time to fight this year or whatever, but yeah. We think very highly of him, and we were talking to him this week.
Oh, boy, that is incredible.
We were talking to him about some big stuff. What does that lead you to believe? He could have been main eventing probably the Tampa card, let's suspect, because there was kind of a last-minute thing. They put Ian Machado Gary versus Joaquin Buckley as the main event of that UFC Tampa card. They've been looking for a main event for weeks and weeks and weeks, and UFC 310's main event fell through. Was it going to be Shavkat versus Ian Gary? Was it going to be Shavkat versus Joaquin Buckley? Are they looking that far down in the rankings? Carlos Prates just got a huge win. Were they going to bump up not Neil Magny, were they going to pump up Ian Machado Gary, put him in the slot with Shavkat for the vacant belt, or for the interim belt, or was it going to be Joaquin Buckley stepping in and swapping some things around? Kamaru Usman just said he's not going to be fighting at UFC 310. What the heck is going on? It sounds like Carlos Prates was in the plans, in the books, if he got a big win, and I suspect that it was likely going to be him in the main event of the UFC Tampa card versus either Gary or Joaquin Buckley, while the other one of those fighters, the other side of that fight, would be moving to take on Shavkat at UFC 310 the week before. This would have been monumental stuff. A lot of guys further down in the rankings in the, 5 to 10 range, moving up to fight for the belt, moving up for big main event fights. This would have been huge news, big time stuff for Carlos Prates, but he now has a broken foot. Will he be able to make that turnaround like he wanted to at UFC 312 in February? Only time will tell. So let me know what you guys think about all that down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.